Alright, so the last thing I'm doing tonight is putting the head on. So I've got the head gasket, and I get this in position, and I'm going to put the head on, and this is in the position I want it in. Of course, all the bolts are in it, just lining up. Drop it in. Now, these are not stock bolts. They will work, but I bought the stock bolts, so I'm going to go with those. I just wanted to make sure a couple of them got in. The torque for these head bolts is 18 foot-pounds. So when you get the torque in it down, it's 18 foot-pounds, and it's the front, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So it goes in a crisscross pattern. That means that you're torquing it down evenly throughout the head, and so it's not less tightened on one end than it is on the other end, because then you won't have good compression. You won't have any compression. The other thing is I want to point out is the importance of adjusting your valves, and the reason for the adjustment, and that where they are, if they are not adjusted properly, you will not have compression, or you will have a very low compression. It's vitally important that, you know, if you're going to do something like this, that you make sure as soon as you get that jug on and everything bolted up nice and snug to spec, that you adjust the valves, because it won't run. It might pop, it might sputter, which, you know, you would think, hey, cool, it's going to start. No, it won't. I've read in some blogs that if you have 40 psi on a Gravely after a rebuild, that it should run, and it can run. I've seen that written. However, you know, the likelihood is probably very thin that it won't. So, it's, again, important. Adjust your valves. Now, if you want to look and see, the bolts I had in there were just a little bit too long, and so when you tighten it down, it's gonna bottom out, and it's not gonna go all the way down, and I have to shim it out and put washers on it, and that's just not what you do. So I wanted to show the difference on that for the heads. That's why I went and ordered the head, because on this block, when I was disassembling it, if you go back to one of my other videos, you will see that I had sheared off 3 head bolts, and so when I had this machine and board, I had to have them pull those out and extract them. So this, of course, has the heat shield on it. That was one of the things Gravely's, and I have some new spacers for the end bolts, and I'm just going to put them on for appearance purposes because they're not clear. But you know what? If it was clean, maybe I'll paint them. I'll paint them white. This will do. Now, that's just for the heat shield. I'm not going to torque it down now. I'll torque it down later because I'm going to do a couple more things. But that's, you know, simple. Replacing the head with a new gasket. Remember, 18 foot-pounds, and going on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I feel like I'm Richard Simmons. 11, 12. Okay? And thanks for watching. Have a good evening.